let's just get into it, shall we? I'm going to be traveling all across Japan over the span of 80 days. I'm going to be setting up base in Tokyo and then going on 3 separate journeys all across the country. The first stop is going to be Okinawa and Kyushu, second is the Kansai region and Shikoku, and third is east of Tokyo all the way up to Hokkaido. I'm going to be hitting about 30 to 40 different cities during my stay there, and yeah, it's going to be the most insane and intense trip that I've ever been on.
It was. It absolutely was. And it was incredible. Hey everyone, this is Derek, and welcome to this series I put together of my adventures in Japan. All the places I mentioned I would visit in the intro, yeah, I visited them all. I'm about to go eat because food is required. I'm starving. Let's go. Yeah, great start to the vlog, eh? I started off my trip with 7 days in Akihabara, which was a bad idea, and more on that later, and set out to have my first meal at Sushiro because I'd never been to a kaiten sushi or conveyor belt sushi place before. And shout out to the dude who helped me get my ticket because I was standing there completely lost. I anticipate that this stack of plates is just going to keep growing pretty high. It's going to double at least. Spoiler, yeah, it did. Anyways, how it works is you basically order from a tablet menu and the sushi comes shooting to your table. You never have to contact any of the staff unless you mess up. It's just order the plates, wait, eat, and repeat. And there's multiple languages on the tablet, so it should be pretty easy to navigate. Each plate is reasonably inexpensive, and even under a budget, you can leave feeling pretty full and satisfied. Since this was my first meal, and I've been waiting literally years for this, I decided to go all out. It was hard to decide what to get, so I just tried to get one of everything, just a bunch of different stuff from the menu. I threw the names of the dishes and the prices on screen. You'll notice there's different colored plates, each relating to a different price point, so you can pause if there's something that kind of catches your eye. And here's me eating a strawberry parfait, every single bite. Not to draw attention to it, but I didn't know I did that with my tongue when I go for a bite. I learned a lot about myself on this trip, and I continue to learn about myself even after. Okay? Let me live. I think I've devoured more than enough food. These are all the plates. All of that ended up being around, what, $26? Not too bad. After my first meal, I decided to take a nighttime stroll on the main street of Akihabara, get familiar with the area. All the shops were closed except for the arcades and, of course, Don Quixote, which is 24 hours. And I needed some snacks for my upcoming concert weekend, so this was perfect. And this being the Don Quixote in Akihabara, there was an extensive pop culture and anime area, which I didn't expect because I'd never been to this location before. And some questionable cosplay. Ayonada! Actually, I think she has a different name in Japanese. What the hell? This is sick. Yeah, they had a huge Pokemon section, which, if you didn't know about me, I'm actually a huge Pokemon nerd. So this was overwhelming to see. And they had a Good Smile Company section as well for pop-up parades and Nendoroids. Some Bocchi the Rock and Chainsaw Man trinkets as well. I mean, I didn't buy a whole lot from Don Quixote, at least this time around. Just some pizza Calbee chips, some spicy chips, these pure things, which are like gummies, I keep saying all the time. Kit Kats, of course, had to get those. Matcha latte, had to go pretty Japanese basic for now, and I'll explore some of the other flavors, I'm sure, in the next 3 months. And they had these like weird, I don't know what they are, but they had like some collectible card things for a whole bunch of different anime. So I just picked up Spy Family and Attack on Titan. I don't know what's actually in here. They feel like they'd be just like a wafer or some sort of cracker. It is a wafer. And I'm getting it all over the fucking bed. Oh, there we go. We got Becky Black Bell. I didn't eat them all in one go because I'm not a savage. So here's the collectible cards I ended up getting, if you're wondering. Double Levi and no Anya. Just my luck.
You want another drink? You got one. I'm not tired. She likes to be adored. Guess we're doing this all night. Guess we're doing this all night.
I'm on my way to Zepp Diver City, Tokyo for a concert. The first concert I'm ever going to go to in Japan. Right behind me is the Rainbow Bridge, which is pretty awesome. There's a lot of people here. I don't know if you can see it, but the Tokyo Tower is behind there too. It's pretty awesome. It's a little chilly though, but honestly it's gorgeous. I don't even know what half the stuff is here, but everything is like kind of illuminated. Very pretty. Yeah. So I assume this is the line to get into the show. I kind of just assumed they would have let people in by now.
Yeah, so what's going on here is that your ticket displays a number, which is the order that you're allowed into the venue. It's to prevent, I guess, everyone rushing in at once. And yeah, it takes a lot of organization from the staff, and punctuality from the audience is pretty key here.
And this is where I'm going to go see Arch Enemy. Everyone is kind of just standing in these rows. Everyone has their own little space, and it's awesome. What's up? I'm just chilling with a Gundam in the background. Just finished Arch Enemy at Zepp Diver Tokyo, just on that side. Yeah, it was really fucking awesome. Really cool seeing a live concert in Japan. It's pretty much the same, but everything's just, well, much more organized. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. What up? So, when you get in, you're forced to pay for a drink. When I was buying the tickets, I didn't notice that I had to pay extra. I did notice though that it would say drink not included. I now know what that means. It means that when you pay for your ticket, it's implied that you're gonna buy a drink. But when you buy your ticket, that drink is not included. You pay for it when you get there, then you get like a little token and exchange it for a beer, which I did, or whatever other drink. The interesting thing is that they don't actually shut down the bar like when the concert's over. There was a bunch of people lining up to exchange their token, which maybe makes sense. People want water or something like that after the show. It's hot in there. So, yeah, pretty cool. Great time.
I guess we're doing this all night.
Before I went to the music festival, I actually went to go check out a little fashion exhibit. A group I like that I've done jump covers of a few times were showcasing a new drop of their clothing brand. And I got to meet one of the members who said my Nihongo was Jozu. It was cool to practice whatever little Japanese I knew, but she was just being nice, for sure. Yeah, I made my way to a festival called Avest Fest, spread across 6 different venues on the same street. And foreigner mistake, you aren't allowed to take photos or videos of Japanese artists during their performances. I didn't know this, and I did get told at the end of the night that it wasn't allowed, but the damage was already done, so here's some of who I saw. Overall, it was a great experience. A lot of bands I was looking forward to seeing, especially for the very first time. And the festival was very well organized. Zephyrin Avest Fest Volume 17. Something I learned during this festival is that each band will do a full sound check before their set, where they play about half a song. You usually don't catch this at shows. The sound check is usually before doors, and it's just a quick line check for levels in between sets. So it's my first time seeing that, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyways, it was back to Akihabara to get some food and rest for the show the following day. Here's Shibuya Scramble Crossing without the crossing of people. So before I get into it, I just want to say I'm not really an Idol fan. No judgment, but you wouldn't catch me at an underground Idol show. I just like good music that happens to be composed for idols to perform, and yeah, there's a difference. That said, I went to my first Idol show in an Olympic stadium, no less.
I just lined up for some merch, which just has this on it. I have no idea if this is going to fit me because I feel like people are typically Japan size. Really funny at the label. Literally just says shit original on it.
So I wasn't allowed to take video. We were allowed, however, to take photos, which is rare. So here's a crummy slideshow while I talk about the show. This was the biggest show I'd attended all weekend, and holy crap, was it the most insane. It was called Aegistock 2023 at Yoyogi National Stadium, First Gymnasium in Shibuya. The headliner was Bish, who I wanted to catch before their breakup at the end of June, and I'm so glad I did. It was a ton of fun. You can see these glowy stick thingies that I recognized from Animal Crossing, which I would learn later is called a penlight. And people have different colors based on the member they like the most or their Oshi. But holy crap, I had never seen a crowd move in unison like I did at the show. I was actually blown away. Almost intimidated, to be honest. But yeah, there was a handful of other performers and even a college fashion show. It was cool, but I was here for Bish, and yeah, they put on a great show. It was very fun. Thank you for sticking around until this point of the video. I hope you enjoyed my first vlogging experience. If so, yeah, leave a like or a comment. Let me know what you thought or how I can improve. Talk to me about your experiences in Japan. There's going to be several episodes to this series, so be sure to subscribe to see a glimpse of the concerts and the cities that I went to. Anyways, I'm going to end this video with a hotel room tour. Since I'm going to be staying in a ton of hotels, different hotels, it would be cool to kind of document every single kind of hotel that I'm staying in. This is the first hotel that I checked into on this trip. It's called the JR Metz Akihabara. It's right in the middle of all the action, so really awesome location, and honestly really nice room. It's not the biggest room, but I think I'm going to be staying in even smaller rooms. Here's the view when you walk in. We've got a super
fancy toilet by Western standards. It's got heated seat, functionality buttons here for the bidet, the shower room. What's kind of cool about it is this whole room is like a giant wet room. So I'm not going to go in it because it might still be a little bit wet. So onto the main part here. We have the desk. Give a couple of free water. There's a kettle, a couple mugs. There's a fridge. We got some pancakes, and some water, and melon soda because it's so good. There's a giant TV there. Bed here. It's a queen size bed. It's actually way larger than I was expecting. They gave me some pajamas essentially to change into. What I really like about this headboard are these tiny little recessed areas here where they actually have USB and power. The best part is if you look here, you have control over this little nightlight, and there's a button for the room. So if you're already in bed and you're cozy and you don't want to get up to turn off the lights, you don't have to. You can literally do it from your bed. The vanity light though, you do have to get up for that. And take a look at this view. You got Akihabara Station literally right there. You got the Bandai Namco arcade right across. There's a Licorice Recoil cafe that opened up a couple days ago. I might have to check that out. And Gyukaku, whatever that is, but it sounds pretty good. There's also a Maid Cafe. I will not be going to that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.